Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. Let's go ahead and open up that Zoom room and let the people in. Hello, hello. I have missed you all. If you are out on any of the platforms listening or watching, we'd like to personally invite you to join us here live on Daily with Doc, most Monday through Fridays from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time. That is 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, and 3 to 4 Eastern. And if you're in South Africa, I think right now it's 9 p.m., maybe 10 p.m., not quite sure, which is the same as in the UK, depending on the time of year. My name is Becca Dukes. I am super excited to be here with you all as the hostess of this program and producer, and also the director of student services for the Institute of Holistic Health. I am honored to be able to have a resource for an amazing community of individuals who are health advocates, health coaches, certified holistic health coaches, people that just love to see people not just survive, but actually thrive. Because that is what we do here on the Daily with Doc program, as we are offering solutions to some of the world's health challenges. So this program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, nor is it meant to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. But folks, when you give the body what the body needs, the body itself can do some amazing things because it has been divinely created, not chemical deficient, but nutrient deficient. Whether it's a micronutrient, a macronutrient, folks, we need them all. And you're going to learn more about that on our program. So make sure that you subscribe to our channels, follow us, and check out some of our other episodes that go deeper into what it is that the body needs. And when something's missing, we feel the effects of it. Well, today we are honored to have with us Christa Way. So Christa Way, she is a nutritionist. She has a diploma in nutrition. She has spent the last 30 plus years as a wellness coach and nutritional consultant, herbalist, and therapist. She splits her time between the United States and Australia and New Zealand, so you're going to love her accent, as I do. And she uses her own experiences of debilitating health problems in her late teens and early 20s, which left her completely paralyzed, folks, in a wheelchair. These experiences became the doorway to finding ways of taking back responsibility for her health and passing that learning on to others like you and I, folks. So it's not like somebody that's had perfect health, kind of like me. I've not had perfect health, but we're using our challenges to help you find solutions. So she is all consumed with passion to help individuals. And she says that our bodies are temples and need to be treated as such, respected and kept as clear and clean and healthy as possible. She also includes our mental and emotional bodies, as well as our physical body. They are all interconnected, folks, and the work that we do on one level will positively impact all levels. So she is also inspired by people who are living their possibility and is passionate about being a catalyst for opening people to what is possible for themselves and their lives. Christa's degrees as a certified massage therapist has also given her a strong grounding in the physiological parts of the body as it's needed, as it needs. Our bodies are our responsibility, folks, and we have a total choice over how we treat them. If we nurture and treat them with respect, they will give us a quality of life in return. So, folks, help me welcome to the screen the amazing and beautiful Christa Way. So, Christa, thank you so much for being here with us again on Daily with Doc. It is always an honor as you and I share some passions for people, for nutrition, for herbalism, and the fact that we took our health into our own hands and took it back. So, Christa, welcome to Daily with Doc.
Thank you, Becca. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thank you all for being here.
Oh, absolutely. And folks, if you're here live with us in the Zoom, make sure that you are watching that profile called A Smile, because that's what the people that are not in the room are seeing. But something that you have, folks, that they don't have is that chat. As we have Marilyn putting information and doing transcription and dictation into the chat. I don't know which one's the right term, but she does a fantastic job of it, so that if you hear something and you didn't quite take notes fast enough, well, she types even faster. So Marilyn has us covered there. So make sure that you have that chat open as well. And folks, if you'd like to join us live, zoom.dailywithdoc.com. Now, our guest today, Christa Way, she joined the longevity umbrella of amazing products through a company called Life Force. Now, Life Force has an amazing lineup of products, which I absolutely am loving. And there's a new product that we're going to be talking about today called Nano Balance. Christa, Nano Balance, what is it?
Ooh, that's great question. So Nano Balance is a brand new product. We've actually only had it for about 2 weeks. Like, it is brand new. And oops, I just need to get myself a little bit more settled here. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about this new product. I've been taking it myself for about a week. I'm curiously open to seeing what kind of results I'm going to feel from taking it on a daily basis. So Nano Balance, the main ingredient in Nano Balance is nano curcumin. And there's a bunch of other products in there, and I will, touch on each one as we go along. But the nano curcumin is actually something that really, really excites me. And there's a number of reasons for that. One is, most of us, I would imagine, are familiar with turmeric, right? It's a spice that's used a lot in, especially in Eastern cooking, like Indian curries and things like that. Turmeric is a staple. It's a spice that has a very powerful smell and color. So it's used for dyeing as well. And if you've ever, spilt some on a countertop or spilt some on on some fabric, you know how difficult it is to get out. It's very, very powerful. And the main compound in turmeric is something called curcumin. And again, probably most of you are very familiar with curcumin because it's something that Longevity already has a curcumin product, and there are a lot of curcumin products out there on the market. The story of nano curcumin, however, is, to me, it's so amazing because we know what curcumin can do, right? So it's a powerful anti-inflammatory, right? Any inflammation in the body, it's wonderful for things like arthritis, things that, where there's a lot of inflammatory response going on in the body and a lot of pain associated with that. It's a powerful antioxidant, so it fights free radicals that damage our body, especially as we age. It's an antimicrobial. In fact, that's one of the reasons it's mainly used in Indian curries and in different dishes like that, because in places like India, a lot of people don't have refrigeration. And so these spices like turmeric, especially, they're used to kill bacteria. That was some of their original uses. They've been used for probably thousands of years. Turmeric goes back a really long way. It's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It's used for digestion. It's used for brain health. It's used for all kinds of different things. I think probably the anti-inflammatory aspect of it is one of its most well-known. And it is really powerful. However, this is what excites me. So if you use turmeric powder, for instance, my husband uses it, puts it in his smoothie every day. There is only 2 to 3% of that turmeric powder is actually curcumin. So it's a very small percentage of what's in there. And when you kind of think about the fact that curcumin is the main compound in turmeric that gives it its color, gives it its smell, gives it its taste, right? It's what's called a phytonutrient, and all plants have phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are a family of nutrients that give specific plants their color, their taste, their smell, and most importantly, their disease resistance. And so that's why there is so much excitement in certain fields of research right now, researching different bioflavonoids for the incredible healing benefits that they can offer to our bodies. And curcumin is right up there with the best of them. So as I said, only 2 to 3% of turmeric powder is actually curcumin. So it's powerful. Even if it's in its tiny little bit, it's powerful. The next piece is when we take, if we isolate out curcumin and we use it, like turmeric or like another curcumin supplement, again, we are only getting a tiny little bit of what is in there, because curcumin, it's got what's called a high metabolism rate. I mean, normally we talk about our bodies having different metabolism rates, but it is metabolized at a very high rate, which basically means when you take curcumin into your body, by the time it's in the intestinal tract, it's basically done, right? Your body's just pushing it out the other end. And so very, very little of it actually gets into your bloodstream. Very tiny, tiny amount. And if we consider the incredible benefits that we already get with this tiny little amount that actually enters our bloodstream, imagine what a product like this can do. Now, over the years, of course, there have been different ways that people have worked to make curcumin more bioavailable. Adding black pepper is one very common way, because when you put black pepper, or usually it's something called piperine, which is a black pepper extract, together with the curcumin, it makes it more available to the body. So it allows for greater solubility. It allows for greater uptake into the bloodstream. It kind of hangs around in the intestines a little bit longer. So it makes it somewhat more bioavailable. However, we're still not getting that much. What we have here with this product, having the main ingredient as nano curcumin, what that means is that the curcumin particles have been, I want to use the word pulverized. That's not really the right word, but they've been kind of brought right down to the size of a nanoparticle. And what that means for us is incredible bioavailability. Nano curcumin is way more soluble than ordinary curcumin, which means that it dissolves a lot easier. It's allowed access into our bloodstream a lot easier. It actually hangs around in our bloodstream for a lot longer than curcumin, particles of curcumin do. And so all of these things mean that we are getting this incredible healing compound into our bodies, so our body can fully utilize it. There's also some really interesting and exciting studies being done on nano curcumin, mainly to do with cancer research. So all of the studies that I looked at over the last week or so, since I started using this product, have talked about how nano curcumin in its nano form is able to target certain cancer cells, actually kill cancer cells in the body, stop them from proliferating. I mean, just all this amazing stuff. And I mean, you can look up nano curcumin and you can see on PubMed, you can see all these clinical studies that have been done. Another thing that it shows is that, I mentioned curcumin or turmeric having antimicrobial properties, right? It kills bacteria. It's also antiparasitic. What's been shown with nano curcumin is that it is actually able to target really, I want to say potent, I guess, microbes. And one of the most exciting clinical studies I saw was its effect on HIV. So it's powerful stuff, what we have here. It's also able to track, and this kind of blew me out, right? I mean, our bodies are so amazing and nature is so amazing. Nano curcumin is actually able to track certain parasites that are really difficult for our bodies to get rid of, because these things have their own consciousness, I guess. Their own they're living organisms, and they know how to survive. They know how to protect themselves, and so they will go into hiding. I mean, we've all read about bacteria that are now antibiotic resistant, right? They know how to survive. And parasites are one of their survival mechanisms is they hide themselves in parts of our body that are really, really difficult to access. Hello, nano curcumin, right? Here comes the army, because this stuff is able to actually scout them out and destroy them. Another thing that has been shown with nano curcumin is that its ability to deactivate and chelate heavy metals out of the body. The studies I was showing were primarily lead and arsenic, but apparently it works on a lot of other toxic metals in the body as well, and especially toxic metals that lodge in our brain. Because there is so much going on right now with dementia and Alzheimer's and all of this really awful stuff that people go through. I watched it with my mother-in-law. It was horrendous. And one of the things that we know is that part of that is heavy metal toxicity in the brain. So what if we have something that can actually help us detoxify that stuff out of our brain? What an incredible gift, even if it did nothing else, to have it be able to do that. So, there is so much that I can say about nano curcumin. It's just, you can tell I'm really excited about it, right? I see the potential. I see the possibility for what it can do for people. And who knows? It's pretty new. Nano curcumin has not been around for very long. It's a pretty new thing. And so we don't even know its potential really yet. I'm just looking at the time. So there are a few other ingredients in the product, or a couple other ones that I want to mention. And Becca, did you need to say something?
Well, I just wanted to point out, you think of the nutrients in general, that the body has to break them down so that the body can actually absorb the nutrients. But with the nano curcumin, that's like microscopic. I think it's even more
It's
than
beyond microscopic. Yeah.
Beyond microscopic. So when you have something that's that tiny, think of how permeable or how much it can permeate into the system. Even if you have a bad digestive system.
Right. This stuff's going to get in there.
Yeah. So it's going to get in there. So you got the curcumin, the nano curcumin that supports the immune system. And I love the fact that it's antioxidant, antimicrobial, which you had said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also anti-proliferative, which you haven't even got. Proliferative. I can't even say it right now. But you haven't gotten to. But then you add the black pepper that has some of those same things in it, the antioxidant, antimicrobial, and it has the ability to help with problems in the gastric system, building the immune system. And then I'm excited about the other things that are in this Nano Balance as well. So I just wanted to point out, a couple different things, folks. One, for those of you who don't know what nano is like beyond microscopic, okay? So it's going to get absorbed. And when you got something that's powerful, that's going to help to, or has the potential of what Christa was just mentioning in regards to some of the biggest health crises going on right now with dementia, with cell mutation. It's just absolutely amazing with this product, the capability.
It really is. And I think, you mentioned something about the immune system. This is an incredible immune system modulator. So, our immune system, it's not just a thing, it's a system. And so, it includes different blood cells, it includes different organs of the body, it includes all these different parts of our body that make up this system called the immune system. And nano curcumin is able to modulate, which means regulate, right? It brings our immune system into a healthy place where it is fully functioning, and it works on every single part of our immune system. So, I mean, it's just, there's so much we could say about this, but I do want to talk about the other ingredients that are in there as well. And
well, one more thing that I wanted to add about the nano curcumin is it also helps regulate blood sugar, folks.
Yep, it does.
Which is another huge health crisis going on. So I'm going to let you go ahead and go on. Yes,
Okay.
because I'm about
So
that too.
we've already mentioned black pepper or piperine, which is the black pepper extract. We do have that in Nano Balance. Now, one of the main reasons it is used is to make curcumin more bioavailable. And with a nano curcumin, in some ways, we don't really need that. However, piperine has its own incredible spectrum of healing things that it can do in our human body. And a lot of them are very similar to curcumin. So when we put the two together, oftentimes when we add, the power of the group is more powerful. Each individual becomes more powerful when they're part of a group. That happens with nutrients. And we've talked about that in the past, right? You put different nutrients together and the power of each of those kind of skyrockets, right? When they have the support of the others. And so that's what happens when you put piperine together with nano curcumin, because piperine in and of itself is anti-inflammatory. It is antioxidant. It's an antimicrobial. It does a lot of the same things. It's wonderful for the gut and digestive system. It actually helps proliferate digestive enzymes in your GI tract. So a lot of the same kinds of things. And so when you put these two things together, the power of what they can do, the potential of what they can be in our bodies, actually even jumps up higher. One of the more powerful things about piperine is that it's what's called an alkaloid. So it's a specific compound that's in black pepper, and it's very similar to something called capsaicin. And capsaicin is, you can find it, in different health food stores and on Amazon and stuff, usually as a natural pain reliever, right? So it's used for, in creams to rub on painful spots and things like that. Piperine is kind of exactly the same. It's an alkaloid that has pain relieving properties. And one of the ways it does that is that it actually turns off certain pain receptors in our body. So when those pain receptors are either toned down or turned off, then our bodies don't experience the same level of pain. That level goes down. So pretty powerful stuff. Another ingredient in there that I'm really excited about is something called Manuka honey. And Manuka is honey that comes from New Zealand, from obviously the Manuka bushes. And it's something that's been used in New Zealand for, oh my gosh, long time. It's actually used in, or it has been in the past, I'm assuming it still is, in a lot of the hospitals in New Zealand because of its amazing healing ability. So it's used for, septic wounds that won't heal and things like that, burn victims, people that get really severely burned. Manuka honey is something that they actually put over the burn, like they rub it, well, not rub it, but they pat it onto burn areas. And not only does it stop infection, but it actually heals the tissue, like amazingly heals the tissue. It's an incredible thing. And most honey, I mean, all honey actually is antimicrobial, but Manuka is really high in something called, I'm trying to think of the name of it, methylglyoxal. That's what it is. So it's something called methylglyoxal, and that's what gives honey its antimicrobial effects, is this thing called methylglyoxal. And the methylglyoxal comes from the bees that pollinate the Manuka flowers. So all honey has it, but Manuka is really high in it. So an especially powerful ingredient in here, because it also it has a lot of healing properties. It's wonderful for, again, digestive issues. It's been shown to heal stomach ulcers, just all kinds of stuff. So it's used for colds and flus. It's used for coughs. It's used for lots of different stuff. So it's just a wonderful thing to be able to take on a daily basis, and it tastes so amazing. And it actually makes this product taste amazing because the overall taste is actually the honey. So that's another incredible ingredient. And then we have thyme oil in there, another antimicrobial, right? So, I mean, you take this on a daily basis and just watch your, if you're one of these people who, catch every cold that goes around or whatever, just watch what happens after you've been taking this for a little while. I mean, this is going to build your immune system in ways that, I don't know, just leverage everything else that you're doing. So, we can take, and we need to take all of the 90 for life nutrients. We need to take all of these things as our foundation. But we still have a life. We still live in a toxic world. We still have stress. We still, have all of these things that we have to deal with. And our immune system still gets battered daily. Just all of this stuff. So this is an incredible blessing. This is an incredible gift that we've been given. And then the last ingredient in here is colloidal silver. Again, a natural antibiotic. And so, all you microbes in there, watch out. I mean, the ones that shouldn't be in there. We've got good ones too. We don't want to get rid of those, but we do want to get rid of the ones that are causing us harm. So yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there because I've been talking enough. So back to you, Becca.
Yeah, so Christa, I mean, this is just absolutely fantastic, this synergistic blend that has been put together. You've got the curcumin in a nanoparticle size, which, thank you, Albert, is 1/1000th of, this means 1/10000000th. That's what nano means. So it's like super small. Okay, folks, super small. And then you're getting in the black pepper extract and all of the benefits of that. Then you get the Manuka honey, and depending on where you're at in the country and the world, is how you were taught how to say it. And all of its healing benefits that you can even use topically on the skin. And here we're putting it into the body, synergistically blended with these other ingredients and the thyme essential oil. Amazing. And then to top it off, colloidal silver. I mean, that's like a medicine cabinet in a bottle. How do you take it? What is the recommended way of dosing and taking it?
Well, it comes in a little bottle, little dropper bottle, and it's very powerful. So you don't need very much of it. That's the other wonderful thing about it, because when you're taking something that's nano-sized, you need far less of it than, stuff that hasn't been put through that process. So you don't need a lot of it. So what's recommended is just one dropper a day. And I hold it under my tongue because I know that, that is absorbed through those mucous membranes, and you get much higher absorption by doing that. So I just hold it under my tongue for, I don't know, until I feel like swallowing it. Sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes, till it kind of dissolves in my mouth. So,
okay, so that dropper full, if it's anything like the Tahibo, which I don't have the Nano Balance yet, but is it about the same size?
It's about the same size bottle. Yeah.
Okay. So this little bulb at the top, folks, when you squeeze it, it's going to pull up approximately half a teaspoon.
Yeah.
And take that once a day. And all of the things that Christa just shared with us, that's what you're putting, the benefits that you're putting into your body just with one product. So if you're looking at one of your challenges being a compromised immune system, or being around people that may not take health as serious as you do, and they're always bringing home things that you don't want, this would be one way to help to build your or protect your immune system with all the different ingredients and their benefits. I mean, we're talking about studies that have been done by Johns Hopkins medicine, Harvard medicine. It's just goes on and on, all of the studies that have been put into each and every one of these ingredients, and then you synergistically blend them into one product to help benefit the body. And that's what Life Force has done, longevity has done with this Nano Balance. Now, it does not take the place of the 90 essential nutrients, folks. We still need the 90 essential nutrients going into our body. This is just one thing to help us with everything that's going on.
Right.
I mean,
Can I just add one more thing
yes.
that I actually forgot to say, and it's a really important thing. So the nano curcumin, the curcumin that is used is certified organic. And that is a really, it actually doesn't say that on the bottle. And hopefully that will be changed. But because it's a really important thing that, when you nanosize something, you don't want nanoparticles of toxic stuff that become way more bioavailable to your body, right? That are going to pass through the blood-brain barrier. It has to be clean. And so that was one of my first questions, is this organic? And yes, it is certified organic, so you can be absolutely sure it's clean.
Absolutely. And one of our individuals here in the audience thinks that we need to talk a little more about the colloidal silver part of this, because it, as Dr. Wallach has been saying, has been used as an antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal for centuries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's in there too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and colloidal silver, I mean, just in and of itself is a wonderful thing to have just in your bathroom cabinet at all times, and especially if you have children, because it tastes and feels just like water. And yet you can drop it in ears for ear infections. You can put it in eyes for eye infections. I drop it into my eyes because I have very dry eyes, and I use it as eye drops in my eyes. You can take it on a daily basis for, constant immune health. You can put it on cuts and sores on your body. I mean, there are so many different ways that you can use colloidal silver. And it's a powerful, powerful, natural antibiotic to have hanging around in your medicine cabinet.
Oh, absolutely. I put it in a little spray bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I can spray it on cuts. It doesn't burn.
Yeah.
I also use it with the drops with my kids growing up. If they would get any type of eye infection,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a sty once, and those are painful. And I felt one coming on. I put a couple drops in my eye. It never came to a full-blown sty. It went away. Super easy. And you can even use it with your pets, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody reach out to me, what can I do about an eye infection in my dog? Colloidal silver.
Oh, here's another thing. I was really severely, this was about a year ago, affected. I'm very sensitive to cigarette smoke. And I inadvertently went into a casino, which I had never been in before, and I had no idea that they allowed smoking. And so my husband and I went for this special occasion because they had a show that I really wanted to see. And I hadn't been to somewhere like that for years. And so we got all dressed up and off we went. I was in there for 10 minutes and I said, I can't do it. For the next 3 months, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't stop coughing. I mean, literally couldn't stop. And what I ended up doing was I got a little little cosmetic steamer, like face steamer thing. It cost me about $10 on Amazon. And I put colloidal silver in there instead of water. And I put it over my nose and mouth and I breathed it in. That stopped it. Nothing else would work, had worked to that point.
That's a great idea. I'm sensitive to smoke as well. And on my vacation, I was in an area that was pretty smoky and I got a little congested. So I'm still trying to overcome that. So that's a great idea, as I do have one of those steamers and I will be using it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. And folks, you can find, and I want to make sure that if you were referred to this program by somebody specifically, get back with them and say, hey, I want to try this Nano Balance, or where can I get colloidal silver? But you can get them both from Longevity and the individual that referred you to this program. If there is nobody to thank, you found this program on your own, please go to dailywithdoc.com and you go to the store and you will find these products there as well. Now, we do have some questions. We have about 15 minutes. My first question for you is coming from a client that texted me in this morning. It says they found that there is a high concentration of bacteria in the digestive system of her daughter. And I know that Life Force has some pretty amazing products that can be used to help with bacteria overgrowth in the digestive system. So what would be your first go-tos?
I think one of my first go-tos, it would depend on the age of the child, or the daughter, you know.
Actually 23.
Oh, okay. So she's an adult. Yeah. Okay. So one of my first go-tos would be the little bottle you just held up, which is Tahibo. Yep. That I would do Tahibo and colloidal silver together. And you can do you can do like 4 drops every couple hours.
Okay.
I would also look at something called the intestinal tone. So Life Force has a product called intestinal tone. And it's a combination of prebiotics, postbiotics, fiber, all kinds of goodies that actually feed, nourish, and balance the intestinal system. And then I would look at this new product. I mean, that's the other thing that, I mean, the more I'm finding out about this Nano Balance, the more amazing it sounds, especially for something like that. It sounds like it would be really powerful. And I would love to hear, you know, people's experiences who use it for something like that. Because all the ingredients tell me that's, you know, it would work there really well.
Absolutely. So let's go back to, you said it was intestinal tone. Is that what's in the product? So you've got your prebiotics, your postbiotics, or your pre, post,
and pro.
Pre, pro, and post.
Right, got it.
I was forgetting that pro, the one we hear all the time. So the pre, pro, and post biotics in that intestinal tone. So we got to have a show that really talks about that one too, because you know there's so many people with digestive issues and overuse of antibiotics that kills off everything. And we need to just get that digestive flora restored. So that sounds like that could be a great solution to help with that.
Yeah.
So fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's go over to Marilyn. And Marilyn, what question do you,
Hello, everyone. Okay, regarding honey, how important is it to get the Manuka honey versus another honey with bee pollen? And the reason I say that is because Manuka is so expensive. And it's great that it's in the Nano Balance, but I'm just curious what you have to say about the honey.
Well, I think it depends on why you're using honey in the first place. I know that the healing power of the Manuka honey is way higher than other honeys, and probably the reason it's so expensive. It's actually not that expensive in New Zealand. But you know, it's an exported thing, so that's what happens.
It's right? Like $20 for like 4 ounces.
Yeah, but it's worth it. I mean, if it's raw Manuka honey, then it's absolutely worth it because of its wonderful, wonderful healing properties.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Marilyn. And let's next go over to Hattie. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Awesome. I am so, oh, I can't do video. Okay. I absolutely love Life Force. And when I saw the Nano, I just went crazy, had to order it just because. And I love Manuka honey. And it's one of the things that I have been encouraged to use in my eyes. There's a whole therapy around just that in your eye. And I'm like, ooh, I was kind of blown away by that. But in any event, got me to thinking about the Nano. I won't put it in my eye, but it did make me. But I would like you to talk about, and I apologize, but I have there's a woman that I invited to the call because she's having some issues with her liver, the enzymes going up, and I know you guys have an awesome product for that. So I just wanted to know if you could take a minute to help her understand how it works. But also she had brought the good herbs liver gallbladder and has a little alcohol in it, so that kind of freaked her out. So she's like, I can't do that. So, and I'm confident that it's okay, but nonetheless, if you have any comments you can put on that, I'd appreciate that too. Thank you.
Well, it's an interesting thing about the alcohol thing. If she is really uncomfortable because it has a little alcohol in it, then what she can do is she can put a little bit of boiling water in a cup and actually put the liquid, right, the good herbs liquid, the same amount as she would put in her mouth normally. Drop it into a little bit of boiling water in a cup and leave it there for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. The alcohol will evaporate off and she can just drink it. So that way she can take it without feeling like, oh, I'm now compromising my liver.
Asha. And what is your liver product?
As well as the good herbs one. I'm still not all that familiar with all of the longevity products. Maybe somebody else is better to answer that than me.
No, your product. Don't you have a liver product?
Life Force doesn't have a specific liver product, no.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you did for some reason.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hattie, for that question. And, you know, let me try to get myself up here. So with having a tincture, they can be either alcohol-based or glycerin-based. Yes, the good herbs, most of them are alcohol-based. You can actually take your dose the night before, take it and put it out on the counter, measure it out, and that alcohol will evaporate overnight so that there is no alcohol left in it when you take it the next day. And then you do it in the morning, then you have your evening dose ready as well. So Good Herbs line, that is an amazing line of products as well. And there is something called the liver gallbladder health, I believe is what it is. So great question. Thank you, Hattie, for bringing that product to the table so that we can get a little more awareness on that. And we'll be having Brett Breshwati on talking about the good herbs coming in the near future. Now, Christa, Sherry has a question, and this is going back to the Nano Balance. She wants to know, does it work if you're already sick?
I would, you know, I don't have an answer, yes or no, does it work if you're already sick? What I would say is if you are not feeling well, oh my gosh, that would be one of the first things I would reach for. So I would absolutely try it. I mean, I haven't, the product's only been out for 2 weeks. I've only been using it for about a week. And with any of our products, I can't say, yes, this will cure you. Yes, this will make you better. Even though we know these products do amazing things in the body, we can't definitively say things like that because all of our bodies are different, and we're all going to respond in our own unique way. But from what I know about this product, what I see with this product, Absolutely. I mean, go for it. And let's hear your testimonial when you're well. That would be my advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And in theory, looking at everything that's in it and the possibilities, absolutely there's going to be some type of benefit felt. But like Christa said, we can't say that any product can treat, diagnose, or cure any dis-ease within the body. But that's a great response. Thank you, Christa, for sharing that. And then going back to the liver that Hattie had the question on, the Pollen Burst line does have an amazing liver product in the liver tabs. So that can be something that Hattie, your client, can look at. It does not have any type of alcohol in that tablet. So another option when somebody's looking for a great solution to addressing any type of liver conditions. Again, cannot treat, diagnose, or cure, but the body can do some amazing things. Next,
one more thing I just want to add.
Yes.
If to the person who said, if it would it help if she's really sick already, double up. So instead of taking 1 dropper full a day, take 2. You know, either 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, or 2 in the morning, however you want to do that.
Oh, that's a great idea as well. Let's go to our next question. And Ruth Ellen, go ahead and unmute yourself. What question do you have for Christa today?
Well, first, I want to say thank you for being on the show, Christa. And I have gotten the Nano Balance and tried it, and it tastes phenomenal. And I think it's amazing. And my grandkids shared their cold with me. So I've been taking it, and I did not get it to the extent that they did. So that is really good. But I want to go back to Hattie and her question. The Good Herbs line is amazing and it's powerful. And if your client has an issue with alcohol for one reason or another, you can mix that product with plant-derived minerals in a mister bottle, and you can spray it on the skin. You can also mix it with a carrier oil or a cream, you know, like CM cream or something like that. I think Dr. Conaway has a turbo cream that would be beneficial to your client. But if you're going to put it straight on the skin, and Brett Bostawadi told me this, so I know it's a fact, you put a drop on your skin and your skin will absorb it. You put another drop on your skin and your skin will absorb it. You put another drop on your skin doesn't absorb it. That means it's done. You can move on and do it again the next day or later, but right at that moment, your skin has taken everything that your body needs. So I just wanted to give you those options because I avoid alcohol myself, and I understand. And thank you very much.
Wow, that's
Absolutely.
great to know. I didn't know that. I never thought of putting the Good Herbs products on my skin. Thank you.
You're very welcome. In fact, Cheryl did it on his call in the coach's course, and she was having a problem with her knee, and she literally put the bone and tissue support on her knee. And of course, not claiming diagnosed, treat, cure, or whatever, but her knee started to feel better, and it stopped absorbing. Like it absorbed, and then it didn't take any more. So it's, you know, it's just it's an amazing product line.
Yeah, it is an amazing product line. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Ruth Ellen. And folks, if you have tried any of the products, make sure that you go to the Longevity website and do a testimonial. Share your experience with that product. I think that is something that when I'm looking at products, no matter what it is, whether it's nutritional, whether it's clothing, whether it's, you know, something for my kitchen, I'm always reading reviews. So please go to the longevity.com website and share your reviews on products that you have actually tried and you are realizing the amazing benefits that they have to offer. And Also, we would love to hear about it here on the Daily with Doc show. So if you have some testimonials that you would like to share, please go ahead and email us info@dailywithdoc.com. Again, that's info@dailywithdoc.com. And we love to hear the testimonials as well. And if you don't mind us using them on the air, please go ahead and include that in your email to us. So thank you so much. We just do first name, last initial, or we can just do first name. Totally up to you. Well, folks, we are at the end of the show. If I could get my co-hosts up on the screen with me, I am Becca Dukes, as the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health, the host and producer of the Daily with Doc show, and just totally blessed to have so many amazing people that I am able to surround myself with, which we have a heart that shares the desire to help others go from just barely surviving to thriving. So if that's something that you feel that you would be a great fit for and you'd like to contribute some of the talents that you have, make sure that you get back to the person that shared this program with you. And if there was nobody to thank, reach out to us and share what talent it is that you would like to share with us, because you never know what it is. Valentine's Day, everybody, and about 15 months ago, somebody did reach out and share that they wanted to share their talents and expertise with us. And I just want to say thank you, Ivan. I love you, as he is my Valentine. So not knowing 15 months ago he would be, but it's absolutely exciting, folks, what happens when you put people who are like-minded together and what can happen. So I just want to do a shout out, as today we have Marilyn on with us, helping in the chat, doing the dictation, putting that all together so people can read. Thank you so much, Marilyn, for all that you do there. We also have Albert, and Albert is helping to let people in, keeping an eye on the waiting room and the chat. Thank you so much, Albert, for all that you do, joining us in the middle of the night, as he is in South Africa, which just proves that we are an international company and there are people around the world who want to feel better and help others do the same. And we also have Ruth Ellen in the background helping, as she is pushing today's stream out to the different platforms, bringing in testimonials and comments as well. Thank you so much, Ruth Ellen, as she is my executive production manager. Also in the background, we have AJ, who is helping keep an eye out on all those different platforms and bringing in questions as well. Well, folks, thank you for joining us here on Daily with Doc and Becca. Have a fantastic day and hug somebody. And if you don't want to hug them, at least share your smile, because that may be the only smile they hear. And call somebody you love. Just let them know that you're thinking about them, that you love them, even if it is a love of friendship. Christa, thank you so much for being on with us today. It is always such a pleasure as you are bringing information about a new product line to the Longevity family. And we just appreciate you sharing your years of experience with this product line with us so that we can help others realize the benefits of it as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, everybody, give back with the person that shared this program with you. If there is no one to thank, then feel free. We have a call team at 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. If you love to do stuff on your own and nobody sent you to this program, then we do have a store and more information, including past episodes of the Daily with Doc show, here on our website at dailywithdoc.com, which is the sponsor of our program. And if you'd like to have more information about learning about how to become a certified holistic health coach, go to coach.dailywithdoc.com or get back with the person that shared this program with you, as they may have their own link to share to learn more about the 4 areas of health, how they're affected by nutritional deficiencies, but going deeper than that into the all 8 areas to a holistically well you and community. Folks, we will see you next week on Daily with Doc from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, most days, Monday through Friday. Zoom.dailywithdoc.com. Until next time, bye for now. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr.